Video 3 for the Year 9 Score It composition task. Now we're going to talk about how we're going to create the harmony part. You could go ahead with either the harmony or the melody part at this point, but I think the harmony line sort of makes more sense. Essentially what you're going to do with your harmony part is it can be rhythmically interesting, however it should only use chordal notes, but generally not those notes which were used in the bass layer. Another thing to remember is that a harmony layer can be pitched either below the melody, in which case it's generally called harmony, or above the melody, in which case it's got this term called a descant part. Okay, I'm going to create just a normal harmony part because, as you can see, my three chosen instruments are a flute, a horn in F, and a cello. Cello's a nice bass instrument. Flute's a lovely high melodic instrument, so horn is going to be my middle layer in between, so it's going to be a harmony layer. And let's see what I've done. What I've done is I get my bass note. Actually, sorry, we'll go back to the other document and we'll just see what I say. So basically I've added an interesting rhythmic part in the horn. It outlines mostly the third and the fifth notes of the chords. It avoids the root notes because the cello or bass part is already playing them, making it unnecessary to repeat those notes. Cool. So essentially what I'm saying is that if here in chord 1, I'm using chord 1 then throughout this whole first bar, I've got an F note here in my cello. So what are my other two notes? A and C. So what I do is I put A and C notes in this part. So there's my C. And there's my A notes. In the next bar, I've got B flat, and what are the other two notes that I should use? D and F. So what have I done? Oh, I've written a B flat. Actually, let's make that an F, just to be consistent. So F, D, D, D. The next bar, I've got C in my bass note, so I should be using E and G above. So there's my G's and E's in my harmony part. Next bar, I've got an F in the bass part. What do I need? I need to outline the A and the C. So once again, I go back to this A and C part here, right? So basically, and I do that so on and so forth throughout the whole song. When you've got more than one note to choose from, well, you can just make a choice, yeah. So this is a good example here. I've used the D and the F here in the bass part, D and the F. So what have I got left? An A and a C. So they are the other two notes that I used. What about here? I used a C in the bass. So what are the other two choices of notes I used? Could have been an E, a G, or a B flat. I used the C in the B flat. So I did use actually the same note here again as the bass part, so I could change that one, but no, I'm going to leave that one. In fact, actually, I'm going to go back to this first one and leave that one as well. But essentially, the other thing I've done is I've created an interesting rhythm pattern. Quaver, crotchet, crotchet, quaver, quaver, crotchet, crotchet, quaver, quaver, crotchet, crotchet, quaver, quaver, crotchet, crotchet. Okay, and that produces this interesting sort of offbeat feel, which just kind of allows the music to just, I guess I like it because it sort of just floats along nicely. Have a listen to that part. Okay, so if I combine that with my bass part, we get this. We get a really nice harmony. So everything in those two parts is just chordal notes. I have not done anything but chordal notes, and it produces this nice chordal harmonic foundation, as well as a little bit of a rhythmic foundation. Have a listen. Right, and that's how you create a harmony part.